So when you're looking for sites, I assume that you can look for cosmic signatures. Nope, sorry. You can look for combat anomalies up to 1 jump away, right? So I can see that in Noghair, there's a hunt outpost, but I can also see that there's one in Whistland. Okay, so a lot of people were saying I can't find any sites. This helps you find sites a lot more consistently, right? So we're going to jump through the Stargate and see how that one's doing. Oh, one other thing. Under the cheeseburger menu, enter moving mode for messages. There we go. I like to put this messages here, and usually these messages down here. I think. Is it the other way around? Nope, I think it's the other way around. No, it is down here. Because this is combat. So this will give me my combat log. Actually, I'll put it here. And I might need to move it over a little bit. Hey, what's up, Daddy Deep? I think calling things like that charms is a very Android developer thing to do. Looks like they're already running it. Ha! Oh, man, his Jackdaw's named Here's the Thing. Oh, I love it. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So I can see that there shouldn't be, I don't think that there's another site in there right now. So I don't even have to go in there to find out. So to find sites, I'm using a combination of my map and the agency to find good paths. And I could also just, I mean, you know, set destination. But the problem with using set destination by itself is that that means that you are basically by definition going along the main route. So it's always going to be better to kind of find some offshoot and see if there's anything going on in there. Revstone 07 to you. We just got started for the day. I had to reset my entire overview. But I kind of like how it turned out. And Ben is, let's see. Geography and statistics, average pilots in space. Only 2 pilots. Do you know if T3 destroyers can run hunt sites? I was under the impression that they could not. However, there was a Jackdaw at that other site. Or maybe my D-scan was just too broad. I don't actually know. But in theory, no. You're not supposed to be able to. From my understanding. Yeah, Algos Courser, so this one's already being ran too. So we're going to find security status, so that way it's easier for us to find a new location. And we're going to go to Mimitar space. Maybe. There it is. That'll give us a place to go. I personally like to do my events in Mimitar space if I'm looking to get... Yeah, thanks for the confirmation, Kestrel. You should know. You should... So, hold on. I think it's hilarious. On Reddit, somebody was posting about the in the post about the keys, right? So when the hunt first started, the pods were dropping last year's keys instead of this year's. Which is pretty funny, not gonna lie. And in the comments of the Reddit post, they fixed it really quick, by the way. In the comments of the Reddit post, somebody was like, they need to QA this. And I made the joke, yeah, it's Sutonia just got there, man. Give him a little bit of time. Holy shit, did that get downvoted? Nobody got the joke. Yeah, I mean, that was my point, is that, like, yes, we have a new QA guy for the events team, which should help with with these kinds of things. But that you're brand new. But I guess any kind of apologia is bad. Yeah, CSP Signal got right on it. Zadur, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole of G Online. I mean, by the time I woke up, it was more, the news was more, they were dropping than are dropping. So, fine by me. If I missed any comments or anything, doesn't look like I did, but just in case, while I was trying to do my presentation, go ahead and bring it back up again. Why is my chat set font? No, I don't. Set font size. 20? Yay. That'll work. Now I can read what you guys are saying. How's Eve doing? You should check in about a month after FanFest. No. So Eve went through a period of, like, rapid, like, massive amounts of mining and capabilities at the player base. So there were massive stockpiles. And so then we went through a period of time known as scarcity, in which everybody got really, really mad over and over and over again. And that ended at the beginning of this year. And I guarantee you that I just triggered at least one person in the channel by saying that. That being said, the game is mechanically better than ever, in my opinion. Yeah, you gave everybody a free key. That's good. I would, I almost would be tempted to suggest that you go with the, you give a assault frigate expert system during this time period. But I just really love the idea that you guys give away expert systems during events to let people try out different things. Is 0-0 still a massive blob fest? They're the ones that are mad. Yes. So we had a great war where a lot of the, Pappy is Pandemic Legion or Pandemic Family, which is, Pandemic Legion, Pandemic Horde, and all them, combined forces with Test and several others to create this, like, massive coalition to attack the Imperium. Goon Swarm Federation. You probably remember them as Clusterfuck Coalition. Well, they're still around, and they've basically won the game. And in 2016-17, they got dislodged. The universe gathered together and attacked them in Declan and kicked them out, and made them all very sad. And then they retreated to Delve and secured their forces there. And by the time the universe rallied again to attack them in 2020, I think it was, that it started. Yeah. By that point, the Imperium had entrenched themselves pretty significantly. So while the invading forces were able to destroy most of their infrastructure as they had sprawled out within Delve, they were unable to penetrate their home constellation, and therefore failed. I'm going to go with failed in the conflict. So now I can tell that this hunt site is clean because it's not on the overview yet. All sites begin their life in the probe scanner. And then once they get opened, you can see as soon as I opened it, now it's on the overview. So probe scanner, directional scanner. I don't have any keys. I need to find keys first. Shucky darn. What am I even doing with my life? Oh. Drat. Wait. Aha! You should view the whisper I sent you. No. Not until after stream. Just log in 5,000 accounts. System defended. Am I near Jita? No. Don't worry about it, man. It's okay. Let my failures be my own. Yeah. Free downloadable daily login reward key to save the day. We do need to start keeping an eye out for pods too. I forgot. Like, for some reason, I just totally zoned that out. Nope, this isn't it. Before I stopped playing, I was living in deep wormhole space, but larger groups started also trying to blob there, so I called it quits. That does sound familiar. There was we're going to call it an event, but it was a lot more grander than an event. There was a thing that happened known as the Triglavian invasion. There's a new faction in town. Turns out there is a group from like the second Jovian Empire days that has been trapped in abyssal subspace for, a little while. And they have we found a way to get, well, they found a way out, then we found a way in, and then they began doing a major invasion. Players were allowed to join either side, and in the end, after about a year of basically invasions being a more advanced version of what's it called, incursions, it shifted to being like a competitive, almost faction warfare kind of thing. And then we fought over the systems until the pro-Triglavian forces captured 27 systems. Now those 27 systems have been disconnected from the rest of New Eden, and exist as part of a area of space known as Pochvin. They're linked to each other rather than to the rest of the universe now, which was kind of disruptive to a lot of people, given the fact that Niarja, the choke point between Amar and Jita, was one of them. So now the major route between Amar and Jita has been cut off. So now you either need to go through. Oh, I'm going to have to change that alarm quite a bit, aren't I? Yes, I am. That's why that wasn't that high. Call it 60. No, this needs to be 95. This one needs to be like 60. There we go. I don't really need these right now. So, like, this ship right here is one of the Triglavian ships. And it uses a weapon called Entropic Disintegrator, so it only has a single weapon, like a single turret slot. But that turret, every cycle that it keeps running, it will ramp up its damage. So it gets more and more damage. But if for any reason it stops spooling, which it also has no fall off. So as soon as you get out of optimal, then it turns off. And if it turns off, then the spool gets restarted. But otherwise, it's got really good traction and tracking and projection otherwise. The thing is that, like, there's different places of space for different things, right? Like, in essence, nullsec is all about gigantic fleets and big infrastructure, player organizations. So the idea that there's blobbing, man, am I sure that this fits good? I got this fit. Oh shoot, I forgot to mention this. Ace Face on YouTube. That's where I got this fit from. Suicide, not suicide bombing per se, but yeah, suicide ganking is still alive and well for sure. Oh yeah, that's right. They now have like a mini boss. So this is one of the things I really like that they changed about this event versus previous events or previous versions of the hunt. So like one of the awkward things about the hunt is that if you can't go into the gate, you hold on. You can't get through the gate, or if it's not your turn, or if you can't survive against the jackdaw or the boss inside, then it's really hard for you to get your credit. Oh, now it says, but it says jackdaw destroyed. Boo. Oh well, whatever. My point is that what they've tried to do is add stuff on the outside too. So now, even if you don't have a key, you could run the outside of the site and get the boss here, which does have loot. 16 million out of this guy. Now let's go see if we can get the jackdaw. You knew Ace Face a few years ago? Cool. Yeah. That's a really cool thing to do. And jackdaw. Boom. And you can basically ignore the towers. Although I'm going to kill the web tower because screw you. And the newt tower, actually, now that I look at it. So now another 19 million. So a single Highsec site, your mileage may vary, but a single Highsec site gave me 35 million in loot. All right, pretty good. And 2 million of it is guaranteed. 17 million of it is in the skin. So that's going to change. And the accelerator, this is going to go down until the event's over. And then this is worth 0 right now because it hasn't been a full week of the event. So the averages aren't there yet. So this is also going to be valuable. Oh, yeah. Fonsui, that's what YouTube wants. Don't you know? The Taskmaster is merciless. That really made me nervous. I kind of want to change. Hold on, did this even work? Yeah, it did. So my peak incoming damage was 88. I kind of want to change, be a little bit less greedy with these. But hold up, hold up. I've got another idea. Halcyon Dawn 3 booster. I have 18 hours left on it. Yeah, this is going to be good. This is exactly what I need. Boom. All right. And I've got this for, should be 4 hours, right? Yep. There it is, 4 hours. Sweet. Fly catcher is way better than the Kikimora for these sites. Sure. I mean, Mansui. YouTube takes good care of me. I appreciate YouTube for what they do. By the way, Kestrel, since you're here, I did want to show there have been major improvements to the UI, but I gotta say this bottom padding here on the market feels really bad. Like the fact that there's that like there's an you could have an entire second ticker at the bottom with the space it has. You don't get to complain about bottom padding of the market if you don't have the ticker collapse. But I like the ticker. Actually, no, I really, really like the ticker. Check this out. Since we're talking about UI and stuff. So I believe if you so if you go to your quick bar and you make a new folder and you call it ticker, I think, right? Is that what it is? Or do you right click on it? Yeah, market ticker folder. Got it. So now I can go here and I can let's say I want to keep track of all the different minerals, right? Manufacturing resources. Yeah, there we go. Raw materials, no. Minerals. Add to market quick bar. Add to... Can I just do this to all of them? No. And then if you drop these all in the ticker one, then it should. Yep. So now my ticker shows the ones that I want it to show, which I really like. Hat tip. Oh, hat tip. I got it. Yeah. Let's go. Are they adding any utility to the new UI? So the new UI is a unification project. So, from my understanding, the goal is not to rebuild the UI, but rather build a system that makes it so that all of the UI looks consistent, right? A general set of rules that the UI manager will utilize, so that way, you know, like all of buttons look and behave the same. All, you know, selectables look and feel the same, rather than changing any functionality. In theory, there should be no functionality changed at all. At least not yet. Bourbon, thanks for joining us down the rabbit hole, Chief Online. Because like the point of Photon was never to change the utility of the UI, only the presentation. Is there an in-game tutorial for that, or is it something I would have needed to Google? What? The ticker? Oh no, there's no in-game tutorial for any of that kind of stuff. Kidding me? This is gonna hurt. Wow. Let's get rid of this Kestrel. Or Caracal, rather. I which my connection, my side of the connection looks like it's fine. Cormorants. Come on. One of these days they're going to successfully jam me, and that'll be hard or rough. I'll probably overheat for that. Trying to adjust the transparency. It says enable blur the background in general settings. Uh, I'll look at it after this site because I just did it. Let's go, Mystic. Let's go. Oh, why didn't you switch to cult? Oh, I didn't grab another key. Shucks. I didn't get another key. Oh, oh well. We gotta find keys. There's 2 keys around here. We'll kill the boss. And then we'll go get the keys and see if we can finish the site, I guess. Cuts through them like butter, though. Why does the condor... How does that condor seem to have that behavior where, like, it seems to, like, hang out far away until other guys die, and then it swoops in to try to get stuff? That seems weird. Oh, man, the automated fighter's here, too. That's why I'm taking so much damage. There we go. Go get this loot. Start looking for these white capsules. 14 AU. One is between 10 and 14. Hey, a rapid repair booster. We'll pop that too. All right, so now that I'm at this cluster, I go to events, and I check everything within a very short distance of here. There it is. Hey, what's up, Shodanar? Some of the condors break, like last year's Bantam. Yeah, I know the E-War ships have a tendency to like warp off and warp back, but it looked like it was. It looked like in a couple of waves it was like holding its distance.
Power they would have. They would be immortal.
Rebel 230, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole with Eve Online. Oh, afterburner. The whiptail is the Grissus Condor, like the worm is the Grissus Merlin. But the problem is that they start having NPCs flying around. Players will be like, "Why can't I get it?" Because you're not a champion. That's why. I mean, a stork could be good, but a flycatcher is definitely going to be better.
Immortal.
Almost certainly. Jacob Villanas, thank you for joining us down the rabbit hole. Eve Online. Hey, that's right, the one and only Ashtarothi. Thank God there's only one of me. I don't think the universe could handle two. Although I did have a son, so thank you. Also, we're probably going to see Whiptails and Chameleons rotated back into the AT rewards soon. You really think so? I don't see why they would do that. Oh wait, I think they did say that, didn't they? They could potentially do that. That'd be interesting. Yeah. The only problem with that is that the AT ships have special skins that have the AT number on them. So you'd have to change that at the very least. Shodanar with a $20
Shodanar
tip.
donated $20. I always spread the love for my streamers on my birthday.
Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. You got any cool plans for your birthday? Thank you very much, man. That was very cool of you. All right, let's find the other white capsule while we're at it. So if it's not at 14, wait, hold on. Is it already gone? No, mysterious white capsule, gone. So it's between 5 and 10 AU. Let's bring that down. There it is. Let's go to the asteroid belt. Oh, was yesterday I wasn't on? Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Right? Hold on. Yeah. Yesterday we did the we went to Venal. Yeah, they could release the Whiptail YC 125 or whatever. Yeah, that's true. All right, at least now I have an extra key. Open back up the agency. I think that when they do reissue old AT ships, they should do a balance pass at the same time. You mean tune them up? Huge plate of sashimi and calls from kids and grandkids. I approve. Hunt outpost looks like it's already being ran. What? Why? Why is it not? There it is. Retribution. Yeah, it's true. We'll put it this way. Pre-Fozzy AT ships are weaker than post-Fozzy AT ships. Man, now I want to go get sushi. There's a sushi place right across the street. And I both now have the idea and 20 extra bucks. I'm just kidding. Kind of. I do want sushi, though. I do like sushi. Why do I feel like Bong is either an Edencom minor victory or a Triglavian minor victory, isn't it? We'll find out. Well, yeah, Fozzy's ships got stronger over time because he was experimenting with the balance of like what it would take to get people to actually use the darn things. That being said, the Atana is still the Atana. I mean, it is Edencom. Screw that. I'm not going there. What is an AT ship? Yeah, Alliance tournament ships. So, like, for instance, you can find these every once in a while. So, if I look at the Vedmac, you can see that, and if I go to show info and variations, oh, they got rid of it. I thought that they showed it on the variations tab. No, it used to be on the variations tab. I could have sworn it was. Not too long ago. Because people would ask me, what is a Tiamat? And I'd say, a ship you're never going to fly. See? So this is an AT ship, for example. They're given out to winners of the Alliance tournament, and therefore, because there's only like 50 or so of them ever in the existence, they're allowed to be quite a bit stronger than normal ships. Oh boy, I should switch to a cult. I should also start moving. You underestimate the power of my mom's wallet. I mean, maybe, but I feel like that's a pretty safe answer to people's question when they happen to stumble upon an AT ship and ask me about it. Or the other one is AT skins. Like, what is the what is it? Sancha's victory skin, I think it was, or one of them. Serpentis? One of them. There's a couple of skins that are for AT as well. And whenever anybody asks me, well, how do you get this skin? I go, well, you probably won't. So here's the question, guys. If they're bringing back event skins, as in like player or like meetup events. So, like the Casino Clash skin. Could it be possible that they're also going to bring back other event skins like the Yule Festival gold skins as a super rare drop? What would you think about a skin extractor, like a skill extractor, but for skins? Often requested. I personally don't think that it would work. Like, it fundamentally changes how skins function, right? Like, right now, you can't, like, there's a certain sync to the fact that a skin once applied is stuck to you. Maybe a skin extractor that, like, you get one of them as like a login reward for the anniversary or something like that. Yeah, I know that we've discussed this. I just don't think it's a good idea. Account-wide skins, I think, makes a lot more sense. I also wish that there were skins that, like, went up the ship lines, right? Like, there's a lot of skins for T1 ships that don't have an equivalent in T2, and it's like, well, I use the T2 ships, therefore I can, or the Navy ships or whatever, therefore I can never get to use the skins, you know? A skin extractor with a chance of failing. Oh, I don't like chance of failure type mechanics like that. There's no way that feels good. There's no way that feels good. Not to mention the fact that it's output randomness. Players, generally speaking, have a more negative response to output randomness than input randomness. Output randomness. So input randomness means the initial conditions are randomized, right? Like this room is input randomness a little bit because, like, what rats appear in each wave is somewhat random, right? I assume. Or the Abyss. The Abyss has input randomness. You don't know exactly what you're going to run up against. It's random, but once you see the random nature of it, you get to decide how you want to react to it. Output randomness is the opposite. Output randomness is like your turrets, where you fire your gun and you don't know how much damage you're going to do. That looks more like what I would expect to see when it comes to rewards for an event like this. This is certainly helping me get down the track. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Ooh. Only a 801 though. So far, so good. Let's look for any capsules in here. All right. Let's go look at the other planet. So skins should be like clothing. I don't know. I do like the idea of like a skin item that gets loaded into a special skin bay within a structure to function to control structure skins. But then CCP doesn't get a cut when we trade it like apparel. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. If you could sync out some... Oh, hey. Sweet. So the problem, though, is that... So if you allowed a Plex, an extractor to exist that costed Plex, that would fundamentally impact the value of every item. Or every skin, right? Because now you can get that skin back from yourself for a set amount. Like, here's the thing. If I get a skin and I apply it, oh, there's an Algos here. And I apply it. Good on him. And then it goes up in value. I've already applied it. Therefore, I can't capitalize on that. If I could extract it, then I would extract it. So it doesn't just increase availability, but it negates or lessens the commitment of actually using a skin. Well, no, they're not wasted. I mean, by that argument, I have a bunch of Noxium that's being wasted because I'm not using it right now. You're holding that. See, here's the thing. You're holding them because you are taking a gamble that they will go up in value. If you were able to extract them, then you wouldn't have to take that gamble. Hold on a second. But that's the thing. Like with skins, you can win big and you can lose big. Hi, Cat. How are you? Hi, Cat. How are you? Uh, Whoa! Clicked on the wrong thing. Well, the cat's loose. Man, so Finally got the cat food in today. I was supposed to get the cat food on the 4th, but it's been delayed. So I had to like go get the crap cat food from the supermarket nearby. And so it was like he really likes a wet cat food mixed in with it. So it's already being ran, I'm sure. So I got him like these tuna things, and now he's got the worst tuna farts. It's just like every time he gets around, it's just like, oh my god, dude, stop. Wow, there's a lot around here. Hold on. Let's try. Fine. We'll try one AU. Oh, yeah, it is one within one. Keep on going down the list. There's a lot of places, though. That's the problem. There's a lot of places here. Like, everything is within one AU. How much do you want to bet somebody's like, oh, oh! They'll all become generic, so they'll definitely lose value. Yeah. Not everyone could go to Vegas, so letting that skin out is kind of nice. Yeah. I know that there's, I mean, like, obviously there are people that are going to be mad about it because they felt that it was exclusive to them. Really? Also, show all brackets and stop showing all brackets seems to not be doing what I would expect it to. Did they already get killed or something? No. You have got to be kidding me. There was only the asteroid belt and then that skin is a form of pay to win? What? I'm going to need you to explain that one. Like that's not an advantage in any way, shape, or form. I think that the gaming community has, by and large, learned to accept. I keep going back and forth between these two asteroid belts. Hold on. Let me just go to the customs office. Was that a follow? Did I get a follow? Or no? Nope. I thought there was a follow alert. This capsule's been a lot more work than it's worth. All right. It's between moon 1 and 6. How many sites have I run? Like 3 or 4 now? Hey, we finally found it. Was it worth it? Maybe. Makes me feel good either way. If this had been a live combat exercise, I definitely would not have caught the enemy. All right. I've made 80 million so far, roughly. I'm counting the decrease in value of these two, which I can sell them on off time anyways, with the value of the booster. I've gotten 12 million in just Overseer's effects. I don't mean win in a sense of advantage, but exclusivity of the skin gives a huge monetary advantage that they paid for. Well, everybody has their own niches. Oh, I see what you mean. So you get a rare skin and you can sell it for money. Is that a pay to win? Yeah, it's no more pay to win than Plex is in that sense, because you're able to convert real life money in a roundabout way to in-game resources. I'll give you that one. But again, by that definition, Plex is also a pay to win. I've talked about this before. It isn't that Eve isn't pay to win, right? Because you can pay for power in game. It's that the ephemeral nature of power and equipment in Eve makes it so that it's not a it's not real progression, right? It's an asset, but it isn't the same as necessarily progression. You could get it with skill points, but again, like, I think that the game is resistant to those the any kind of negative impact from that form of pay to win, just by the nature of EVE Online. Also, the nature of the secondary market, right? The fact that really what we're talking about here is the ability to get ISK from other players, right? So by that argument, I would say that EVE Online is a win to pay, right? You win, and you use your winnings to pay for things, like your account. It is, so the best definition of pay to win that I've heard is any kind of improvement or enhancement in the game by Josh Strife Hayes. That's his definition. And the reason why I like it is because it creates a really clear reason for why that delineation exists, right? So in a game with 0 pay to win, then everyone's power within the game is only controlled by their efforts within the game. A pay to win game is a game that allows your real life finances, your real life resources, power, whatever you want to call it, to impact your in-game power, right? The notion being that online games should function, in theory, optimally as a evening of the playing field, where it doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are within this universe. You could be poor in real life, and yet rich within the universe, and so a pay-to-win game allows the influence of real-life money to impact the in-game balance of things, right? That is a very good definition of pay-to-win, but it also means that, as I said, there's a fair chunk of things that I would argue, or like, by that definition, not all pay-to-win is necessarily bad. Some of it is at least tolerable to the system. I chose to inject mine. I guess on the nature of the skins is that, like, there are things all the time that end up being available for one reason or another that then are really rare. Let's just hate it when a node finishes within 30 seconds into an entosis cycle. Oh yeah, man. Eh, uh, it's like every single time I run entosis, it's just I think I've done like 1 or 2 entosis battles. I don't think I've ever been. No, I have been the entosiser. I think it was during World War B though. So it wasn't like I knew, like, I wasn't making any conscious decisions. It was more like, oh, here's the thing, shoot at it until it blows up, or entosis it until it blows up. Maybe it was in Fed Up. I don't remember. Boo! Both hunt events are taken. Wait, what? Why is this going? Oh, because I went off the track. I'm going to set destination for out. See how that works. I'm also going to run a quick ad while we're looking for the next site. By quick, I mean 1.5 minutes. No, 1 minute. There it is. Well, why don't we set it to only high security, so that way I don't do something extra silly. Does my sound better today? I did more tweaking with my sound because I heard myself yesterday and I was like, oh, that's not better. The problem was is I had an equalizer and I was trying to like it catches the hisses off my S's pretty significantly. So the way I tried to deal with it was by using an equalizer to kind of cut off the high end, but that made it sound like I had a lisp. My point is that things change, including the exclusivity of an item that you may hold. Yes, but the problem is, and it always is, the quote-unquote promise, right? People were told that this would be the only way to get such a skin. And so somebody who felt that that skin was tied to the pretty significant purchase of a vacation and trip to Vegas in 2019, they can feel like when that, it doesn't feel like their investment in the skin was cheapened. It feels like what's special about that skin was breached. However, I would argue that if that is what you are really focused on, if you are worried about the meaning or some sort of intrinsic value, some representational value of the skin, then guess what? That was already broken when you could sell it on the market, right? Like, as long as you could sell it on the market, now people have it that quote unquote don't deserve it, that haven't earned it or whatever, right? So like, if somebody can have it without earning it, who cares if they earned it, or who cares if they got it via luck of a login reward or just buying it off the market because they had enough at ISK. Oh boy. I should pay better attention. I mean, if you really wanted that skin to represent people that went to Vegas, then it would apply upon redemption. Just like the abyssal proving conduit skins. Like, the reason why they're special is that literally the only way that you can possibly have them is by winning, or is by getting in the top 100 of an abyssal proving conduit, of that skin's abyssal proving conduit. So, you know, I think that I might care about that more because of my time in the military. That my time in the military taught me to be anti-bot valor, right? There'd be people that would like go to the PX and would buy the patches and the medals and the coins, and then that way they could pretend like they'd earned them, and that's what's referred to as bot valor. So in a sense, that feels like it's the same energy that they're tapping into, right? The people that are upset that this is, it's like, you didn't go to Vegas. You don't deserve it. But at least if I sold it to somebody, then that means that the person that went to Vegas got their their value out of it, right? I think that that's the logic. Just like event skins, right? There are skins in the reward tracks that you could only get that way. And so if you didn't earn it during the event, then you don't get it. Does anybody know if the other loot in this room is like worth it at all? Or is it just the 2 bosses? The thing is that I personally am willing to accept that getting an incredibly random drop is just as special as, you know, going to an event or, you know, paying the money it takes to get the stuff. I'm willing to accept that. It's worth noting that that screenshot showed that it is a purple skin. In other words, it's the it's a tier 4 login reward, right? So that means that, and it's very likely Omega only, right? Because the Ichthyrsus is Omega. Oh boy. Let's focus for a second. I don't like that particular alarm. I don't think that they announced that they'd be giving out skins or showed them beforehand. You bought the ticket and the trip? No. Especially that year, they made a pretty big deal about having a different skin for each event that was tied to that event's location, right? So Netherworld Striker, Netherworld below whatever. This was the Australian skin. Hold on a second. No, people want things to lord over others and laugh at them. Well, I mean, you know, sometimes, yeah. I mean, let's be frank. Yeah, people like to have an e-peen, and that's a big reason why some people play. And I don't think that you can necessarily be dismissive of that. That is a very core drive. No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm incredibly like this is part of me that every time I like undock my Ichthyrsa, um, like that skin means more to me than a lot of my other skins. Not just because it's really cool looking, but because I know that it's probably increasingly like I'm part of an elite group of people that have it. Elite being a term. I don't know if they actively lord over people, but you know, everybody likes feeling special. And nobody likes to feel like their special thing, the thing that makes them special, has been despecified, specialified. Um, But yeah, I think that having to get a purple drop, have to have it be a skin, have to have it be on an Omega account, and have to have it happen to choose that skin as opposed to the other skins, I think that's fine, honestly. Like, the problem is that at a certain point, the other option is to let them effectively become dead skins, right? One of the things that kind of sucks, actually, is the sheer number of skins that are like visible here that are just not available anymore. Haven't been available in a long time. That maybe should be. Like Purity of the Throne is actually a really good example of that. Like it is fun that the Purity of the Throne skins started out at less than 1 million each and now are up to 90 million per one skin. That's cool, but at the same time, like, do we really just want there to not be white skins in the game anymore? You know? Do we just want people if a person joins today, do you want the solution to just be sorry you can't? You know? Oh shoot. Remember how I said I'd get jammed one day and that would be bad? There are some items that are worth a lot more because they are physical items like Edencom skill books that are where the actual physical item is worth 10 times the cost to inject. Right. That's the thing. Like, to the person who wants the Ikitursa skin that has the money to buy it or the ISK to buy it, do you really think that they're going to want to wait? No. They're going to, like, anybody who's willing to go to the market to buy it is also likely not going to just wait for their turn to get it from the thing, right? Like, if you want the skin, you have to buy it. It just makes it so that some people happen to just stumble upon it. Maybe that'll get people to try out the Ikitursa. I don't see very many people coming from it from the other side, right? Where they fly the Ikitursa all you know, that's even rarer, right? That the person that happens to get the Ikitursa skin also happens to want it really, really badly. So I think it's I just think it's probably fine. Probably fine. I do wonder again if the gold skins from Yule are the Yule skins in there, CSP Kestrel? And if not, make it so. Because like, if any skin, it like that is the one skin that everybody wants. Not everybody, but like it is the most requested skin that I know of. And it is becoming increasingly impossible to get them. Although those were premium as in they cost Plex to get. So maybe not. Man, it's so unfortunate that they, you know, happened to come out with this amazing skin at this one time and then they made it available for like a week. And if you didn't buy it, like all of the ones in existence are the ones that were bought in that week. I think it was a week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. You get what I'm saying. If they're giving away the Vegas skin, do you think any exclusive item is safe to not becoming just a common item? There's a huge stretch between you can theoretically get it in the with this system and it being common. That's a pretty big stretch. Yeah, it's always going to be exceptionally rare. The thing, though, is there is one thing that I thought about, though, is that, like, it doesn't matter how rare it is if the system tries to not give you duplicates. Because that means that on a long enough timeline, it will become common insofar as there aren't any other skins, or there are less and less and less skins that are available to be the one that you get instead. No store-bought skins in the collection. Yeah. I did notice that the Doctor Who one came out. But okay, so the Doctor Who one is just the one that you could get the Interstellar Convergence, or the... So there was ones that you could buy, and then there was ones that you could get through the event. So you're talking about the Doctor Who skin is only the ones that you could get through the event, not the ones that you had to buy? Okay. Because I bought the pack. Although neither of them had the diamond, if I remember correctly. Even the one that you bought. Hey, 14th. Or 14 million. And it is getting to be 2 o'clock. Oh, the pack ones are not on the drop list. Got it. So, what other old events? Purity of the Throne has always been like the token, the known, whatever, the iconic skin that was part of an event that is no longer available. Because Purity of the Throne was the only event that couldn't happen again, right? Like, what's the context by which the Purity of the Throne skin would be made available again? Now, they did actually mention the Purity of the Throne, I guess, movement, whatever you want to call it, in the lore, in the world news a couple months ago, a few months, like maybe 6 months ago now. But hey, we're at Site 1. We'll close out at Site 1. Here's a good question, Kestrel. I did see that they added 3 new Valkyrie skins. Are those Valkyrie skins that were just added only to be, or just to be part of this the giveaway too? I think account locked over character locked would be nice. He means you apply it once and it goes to all of your characters as opposed to only one character per thing. So if you guys ever find yourself in ERAM and you're interested in the lore, you should probably check out Site 1. Site 1 was the coordination center for Highland Tukos and friends. And all of these different containers here, see if I can find an overview with it. Nope. So I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to right-click and add it to my overview. You can see all of these different containers: Project Theta, Project Huntress, Project Algental, Project Catapult, Project Omicron, Project Omega. Each of these were part of the Eric Jalan project, which was a giant project, collaborative between players and technically CCP devs, to discover the secrets of Anoinkis. So, for example, Project Compass was done by Mark726 and friends in order to determine the exact location of Anoinkis. Or at least the distance from us to Anoinkis. If you get close to one of these containers... Oh, can't close overview. For some reason, I thought that was the D-scan. if you get close to one of the containers, you should find yeah, I'm getting pretty close. But if you get within interaction range of the container, boom. Wait, what? There it is. You get a research abstract. And the research abstract tells you a little bit about it. So, yeah. So the lead researcher was Mark 726 with Ravas as a contributor. It says Project Compass represents an attempt to experimentally verify the spatial relationship between wormhole space and New Eden. The project is primarily aimed at identifying stellar objects, both in New Eden and wormhole space, through spectroscopic analysis, and by the use of properties of parallax and triangulation to determine the location of wormhole space in relation to New Eden. Yada, yada, yada. So Eric Jalon and this whole thing, while it kind of died on the vine, at the same time, it also is sort of a modern concern as well. Highland Tukos was killed by the Drifters, and it would appear that the Drifters hijacked his infomorph. It's also possible that he escaped and told us to rendezvous with him at Site 1 at a certain time. And I don't think we ever figured out the location by the time that he was supposed to be there. So we just don't know. So who knows whether or not this is actually going to be part of the ongoing efforts, but very, very likely if there's more movement with sleeper space, drifters and stuff like that, it may be built around Site 1. Yes, it's a Galente faction Fortizar. Yeah. All right. But with all that said, I have been Asherathi. I've been playing this game since 2010, talking about it since 2012, and I'm here to put even to context for you, my fellow Empyreans. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for checking this out. What? How did I just earn a kill right? Wouldn't there be tons of Concord they hear then? Oh, the resource drop. This must be where they wanted us to drop the body parts. I mean, I took shield damage. I'm messaging this dude. Like, seriously, I have no idea what the hell just happened. Maybe it happened back there? Like somewhere else? They're not local. What happened? At any rate, whew, that was combat log. Yeah. Yeah. I do want to thank my patrons over at Patreon for all of their support. I try to get stuff up there, including full archives of streams and streams that aren't necessarily Eve related. Tomorrow I'm not streaming. Tomorrow I've got errands to do, so we'll just knock that out. No? Whatever.